Hi friends, hope you are doing well. I am Dr. Ganguly. Welcome to my channel. So today I am going to discuss the highest salary majors. And this is important because very often I get questions on my channel about what is the kind of salary, what is the kind of package they can expect when students are studying a certain discipline. Now this is a very important question which plagues the mind of students whether they are in their high school or the parents of students and so on. Because in many cases colleges cost a lot of money, people have to take student loans, people may have to save a lot of money to send their kids to college and so on. So how much money they can get back for this education they put in often becomes an important parameter when making decisions. So let's look at some of these numbers. Now these numbers I'm going to discuss are for bachelor degree holders between the age of 18 and 77 years in the labor force. In the description box I'm going to give you a link to certain places where this information is there, and essentially I'm also going to give you these numbers with respect to US, but you can extrapolate it to any region in the world, because essentially if you are a person living in a country which has a reasonably developed industrial infrastructure, then the salaries are going to follow similar patterns. And of course, if you are a person who ever migrates to any developed country or is in an industrialized or somewhat industrialized country, then you will see similar gradations in terms of the salaries. And if you don't, then please mention those in the comment section below. So let's start. Now number one is electrical engineering at $110,000 per year. Number two is computer engineering at $104,000 per year. Number three is pharmacy, pharmaceutical science and administration at $100,000 per year. Number four is chemical engineering at $100,000. Number five is computer science at $100,000. Number six is aerospace at $100,000. So do keep in mind that 3 to 6 are just mentioned here, they are all at 100,000. So there is essentially a tie between pharmacy, chemical, computer science and aerospace engineering. Do keep in mind though that all these professions do require different skill sets. So here I am just talking about the salaries you can aspire to, and not necessarily whether you have the proclivity or the background to study any of these fields. Now the number 7 field is material science and engineering at 98,500. Number 8 is engineering mechanics, physics and science at 95,000. Number 9 is mechanical engineering at 95,000, and number 10 is industrial engineering at 90,000. So we can see that this major list is completely dominated by engineering, except for computer science, which also is somewhat similar to the engineering majors in the sense that all these fields would require that you be good in math, physics and chemistry. So these are all for people who are in STEM. Now the field which is somewhat off here is pharmacy, pharmaceutical science and administration, but this also does require that a person be certainly good in chemistry for that matter, and also in bio to some extent. So I would say these are all STEM disciplines. So this is something which comes across in any society which is developed and industrialized to some extent, is that the science, technology, engineering and math disciplines tend to get the highest pay. So should you only study these disciplines? No, not necessarily. If you have a proclivity toward arts or theater or filmmaking, you can go for those fields. Those fields are of course different, but in those fields if you have a lot of talent you can make it bigger sometimes. So for example, many of the people who are CEOs today or those who are working in the movies, they do not have these degrees and they are still doing very well and making a lot of money, as are of course politicians for that matter, who often tend to have law degrees and their bachelor's degrees are often from humanities and social sciences background. So this was about the salary you can expect as a regular person who has finished his bachelor's degree and obtained the job and has worked in the company for several years. So keep in mind when deciding on your career that money is an important thing, and if you want to make a good deal of money in your life, computer science and engineering and pharmacy are the way to go, and so this is one of the reasons of being conscientious in studying math and science in high school. So I'll end this video here, and I will see you in a video sometime soon. Do mention the typical salaries you have in your own country and whether these salaries are in sync with the salaries I have mentioned in this video, and if they are not, what's the possible reason that they are not in sync? Because in some countries maybe the industry is not developed, so the salaries are low. So you may have a country where aerospace engineering is not developed at all, so the people may not have high salaries there. They may have to do jobs in sales or mechanical engineering, but if they were to go abroad and do masters and PhD somewhere else, they could again aspire for these salaries. So I will end this video now, and I will see you in a video sometime soon. See you then.